Today I'm showcasing 6 unique woodworking products that are selling like crazy on Etsy. We'll take a look at these products, I'll show you their selling numbers, and then I'll tell you why I think they're selling so well. Let's get into it. Number 1, the bathtub tray. Now you're not just selling a piece of wood that goes across the bathtub. You're selling relaxation. You're selling convenience. Look at these pictures of the trays that these sellers have. Look at that scene. They're really drawing you in saying, hey, you need this for your bathtub. This increases your bathtub pleasure time, if you will, by 100%. You've got everything you need conveniently in front of you upon this tray. Now let's check out these numbers. Doing really well. Obviously you can imagine very easy to make. These aren't too big, so they wouldn't be hard to ship. Really a nice, easy, and fun item to make. Number 2, the computer monitor riser. Again, you're not only selling convenience, but now you're also selling organization. You now can slide your keyboard underneath the computer monitor riser and free up space on your desk. And with just 3 pieces of wood, this again is very easy to make. There's a lot of room for options to upscale this, for instance, using a decorative router bit along the edge. And most of these sellers are using a higher quality species of wood, such as walnut. Think outside the box on this design about how you can possibly add other compartments for more storage or convenience or organization. And here are some of the selling numbers. Doing pretty well here on Etsy. Hey, if you are interested in doing your own research, I've recently become affiliate for eHunt. That's the app that I use that gives me all the specifics on the Etsy sales. It's only $3.99 per month. It offers a ton of features for research for Etsy, also for TikTok shops, and I think for Amazon drop shipping. But I mainly only use it for the extensions, so while I'm browsing Etsy, these numbers pop up for me in real time. So it's super convenient for you to get a quick overview of which items are getting sales, and I absolutely love it. So it's a great way to support the channel. I really appreciate it, thank you. Okay, back into the content. Number 3, adjustable standing desks. These things are beautiful. And you look at this price right here and you're like, wow, that's cheap, but it actually is a little bit of a trick. That price is only for the adjustable stand. So you can buy the stand by itself. If you buy the complete package with the stand and the desktop, you'll see the prices get pretty crazy here. But of course, they're using a really large piece of really nice wood. I think this one's walnut, but I think some sell maple and a couple other species of wood. As you can imagine, you have to have some kind of a wood crafters or some sort of place local that sells this type of wood, or you can buy these large pieces of wood. But if you have access to that, that is a gold mine for not just desks, but nightstands and end tables, maybe even a full-size table if you're into that. But as far as the work you'd have to put into it, it mainly is just a finishing job. Sanding down, getting up to that higher grit, giving it a nice finish, and then you're done. Of course, the larger size, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to ship, but that's something you can figure out. I should probably do a video on how I ship large things that are delicate like that. If you're interested in that, leave me a comment. But these things are beautiful and great because a lot of people are concerned nowadays about sitting all day at a desk, or maybe they have back problems and it hurts to sit all day and they want to stand. And here you can sell that with these adjustable desks. And of course, there are lots of people selling them, so there is competition. But let's go over here to these selling numbers. These are really good numbers for these desks. All right, number 4. This one does have the highest amount of competition, but it also has a lot of room for customization. And because this is kind of a common item for a house, it gets tons of sales throughout all these sellers. And this is the noodle board or stove cover. It could also be a serving tray that conveniently sits over your stovetop. But these things look great. As I said, tons of customization or personalization that you can do. And they're getting good selling numbers for a lot of these sellers. Some of these have various designs in them. Some have various handles. Some that do that river theme using the epoxy. A lot of different ways you can do these. Just let your imagination run wild. All right, number 5, baby gates and dog gates. If you watched my video last week, I mentioned this as a local business because these can tend to get big and the spaces that you need for these gates to go can sometimes be wider or shorter or kind of be at weird angles sometimes. And they're great because sometimes we need to keep our little loved ones at a certain spaces, like falling down the stairs or maybe keeping them out of the kitchen when you got a nice brisket that you just smoked that's resting on the counter. Several designs and ways to make these, as you can see from some of these pictures. And a lot of these sellers are getting really good, steady sales for all of these. Because again, this sells convenience. This is, for a lot of households, almost a necessary thing for children or animals. All right, and finally, number 6, I'm going to do a broad category here. But first off, who do you think buys more for their pets? Cat owners or dog owners? Let everyone know in the comments what you think. I'll give you a couple seconds before I give you what I think the answer is. All right, here I go. According to what I see on Etsy, I'm gonna have to say cat owners. There is a ton of stuff to buy on Etsy for your cat. People love buying things for our pets, right? We love that. We love our pets, we love buying things for them. And there are a ton of things to get for your pets on Etsy, and they are all selling really well. All right, you have your cat window perches. You have your cat beds. You have your cat wooden scratching posts, your cat corner beds, your cat wall shelves, and even what can only be described as a wall-mounted cat obstacle course. And look at some of these sale numbers. They're selling like crazy. People love their pets and they love to spoil their pets. And with some of this fun stuff, man, it almost makes me want to get a cat. Now I think with this, there's a lot of room, especially if you're a cat owner and you know what your cat likes to do, of things that you can build, brainstorm, and come up with that you can build for a cat. Or obviously no one invented the cat bed, but you can come up with your own design of a cat bed or a wall-mounted corner cat bed or your own kind of window perch. There's a ton of things you could build for cats. Now, on the other side, for dogs, you know, you got some dog beds. You got these cool little steps and ramps for smaller dogs. And you have things that hold dog food and cat food for that matter. I'd like to highlight this one in particular for getting over 2,000 sales. And this one for getting over 4,000 sales. Wow. Sold like crazy. And all of this just in the pet category. People love spending money on their pets, don't they? Yes, we do. If you've made it this far in my video, you are officially my favorite. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking through to the end. I hope you learned something. I hope this video got your creativity spinning up in your brain on things that you can build in any of these categories that we feature today. There's a lot of stuff out there. Sky is the limit. Let your creativity flow and you'll think of some great things to make, which will equal some great sales down the road. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.